What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys, so last episode, we went to the Urbis, the crazy bug dimension. It's super gross. And we wrecked the Antlion Overlord. Oh yeah, that was a good time. So that unlocked us going to the mining dimension, which doesn't necessarily have a purpose at this point in time, but we will be using it for things like opening chance cubes or finding chickens and pigs and sheep and things if we need those, etc. There's also a good way to farm certain resources there that you can get in the mining world, but you can't get any other way, I think. Anyway, we're not going to be spending much time on that today. What I'd like to do today is I would like to start working towards getting applied energistics. Yes, digital storage. While this is working pretty well, our inventory panel, I keep having to add more storage drawers down below, and the more storage drawers you add, the laggier it gets. Even though we have all like the items turned off, just having this many tile entities around, yeah, it starts hurting your frames. So I can definitely feel that there's a little bit lag happening that I don't think was happening before. There's not a lot of other stuff around here. I'm pretty sure it's just the massive amount of these things that we have. So anyway, I would like to work on getting towards applied energistics, getting rid of all the storage drawers down below. Yeah, and I think that's going to be a good idea. Now, the problem is, in this mod pack, in order to get to applied energistics, you need to get yourself, I think it's the inscriber is what's locked out. There's something that's locked out, and you can't, you have to get carbon wafers from extra planets in order to make any of the processors. So, in order to get into applied energistics, we're going to have to do Galacticraft. Okay. So Galacticraft has its own set of quests in here, and the quests are currently locked out. Yeah, and I think it's Iota. I think it's this quest line right here that is the Galacticraft ones. But in order to unlock that section, we need to do, I think it's PNEUMATICRAFT. Let's see. No, it's this. It's mechanism. We have to unlock this one right here, solar panel. So we have a few different quests that we need to go through. We just need to unlock this one. That should unlock our Galacticraft quests. And then we should be able to start working on Galacticraft and hopefully getting all the way to, I think it's Mercury we need, as well as that carbon. I think there's a few other pieces we need from Galacticraft in order to do this. So yeah, that's going to be our game plan. So let's start working on the very first quest that's going to take us down that path. So we need to do compressed iron. This is from PNEUMATICRAFT. So compressed iron, the very first way you do that is you explode TNT on iron. Pretty simple. So let's grab, I don't know if I have TNT. Let us take a look. TNT, yeah, we don't have any. So I think that's a pretty easy recipe for us to do. Man, take signalum and gunpowder and red alloy. Apparently I don't have enough gunpowder here, but I do believe we have some down here. So let's take a look. Yeah, we got gunpowder. I'll just grab a couple stacks. All right, so we just need one piece of TNT. There we go. I'm gonna grab some iron. Let's grab, actually, you know what? Let's not grab any iron under there. We'll grab iron from over here since we have a ridiculous amount of it. There we go. Full stack of iron blocks turns into 9 stacks of iron. So let's go to, I guess we're gonna go, oh, I didn't set up a portal. We're gonna go to the mining world just because we can. So yeah, I've noticed, look at how fast this baby zombie's moving over here, guys. So the monsters are now moving way faster than they were before, like so fast. They're having problems even pathfinding. Eventually they'll move even faster than that and they'll just like fling themselves off the edges and stuff. It's kind of silly. But anyway, that's because we've killed all of those boss monsters. So let's just go to the mining world here. I don't know if this works in water. I'm just gonna do it on the dirt. Should be fine. So we need to place down the TNT, boop, and then place down some iron. Like so, and then explode that TNT. We got a flint and steel. Is it left click or right click? Left click? Nope, it was right click. I never remember that. I do that every time too, I think. All right, there's that and iron, and then we right click. All right, I'll just back up for a second. There it is. The achievement, the first explosion of many. All right, so there we go. There's a bunch of compressed iron. Now you get about 75% of your iron back when you explode it through TNT. I think you can even do that with the blocks. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think you can do the iron blocks instead of the ingots though. I just prefer doing the ingots. Go ahead and place the rest of this dirt back. Try and fill in the rest of this creeper hole. Not that it matters that much, but might as well. Okay, so we got that done. Let's head back to the overworld, and then we will check out our next quest. Oop. Back over here. Okay, we'll leave that baby zombie alone. I think somebody had mentioned in the comments that the zombie problem we could take care of by setting up the turrets. That might not be a bad idea. That's something I never thought about doing before, but just some way to auto kill zombies that appear up there. That seems like a pretty good idea. Okay, so back to our quest section. I can never remember. Is it Delta? Epsilon? I think it's this one, yes. Okay, so Epsilon, compressed iron complete. So we will claim that. Okay, so casings is the next quest. So it wants us to make a steel casing. Let's check that out. Steel casing. So to make steel casings, we need the pressure chamber. Okay, so now we have to get into PNEUMATICRAFT. That requires a pressure chamber and a reinforced machine frame. That's another item we have not made before. So to make the reinforced machine frame, we need the hardened machine frame with signalum gears, shiny ingots, and pulsating crystals. Okay. To make the hardened one, we need ferrous gears plus bronze ingots plus vibrant alloy gear. And the first tier machine frame, which we have made previously. So it gets progressively more and more expensive to make these things. Okay, so pressure chamber is pretty much what we have to do. And then also, I talked about before that I wanted to increase the amount of lasers that we had down here. We're still using the original, I think it's 12 lasers that we made. Yeah, we're still using these, and I would like to add more. So that's another thing. Those lasers require rubies, right? And I think you get the rubies by sifting crushed netherrack. I believe that was a thing that was added. Yeah, crushed netherrack. You can get it as a 10% chance. When I played this before, when I live streamed this was not an option. In order to get rubies, you really had to just go to the nether and find the nether ruby ore. It was very frustrating. Or I think you could get the ruby ore from the mining world. I think that was the other option. Okay, so rubies are a thing that we want with the crushed netherrack, and I do believe I did collect a decent amount of that crushed netherrack, and we should still have some in our system here. I believe. Do we have that? Yes, we have 1,000 of that stuff, so we can just put that through a sifter. I should probably set up an automated sieve, similar to what we have down here for our sand, gravel, and dust. I should set up another one of those temporarily just to start busting through all of that crushed netherrack. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I guess I could repurpose one of these just for the time being, but you know, I think we're just gonna set up another one, just a temporary thing for that. Okay, so we have to do that. We have to make more lasers, and we have to look at the pressure chamber. Okay, so pressure chamber, is that down this path? No, there's no, oh, it's right here. Okay, we do have a quest specifically for that. All right, so let's do this quest then. So this wants us to get an air compressor, a pressure tube, pressure chamber window, pressure chamber interface, pressure chamber valve, and pressure chamber wall. Just one of each of these different things. Air compressor, pressure tube. Let's get rid of this stuff. Air compressor, pressure tube. All right, let's take a look at these two real quick. So the air compressor requires a diamond furnace. That's a little expensive, isn't it? So, well, I guess it's not expensive anymore, but it feels expensive, right? Because it's diamond. Anyway, gold furnace plus some diamond plus glass. Iron furnace wrapped in gold. Iron furnace is a regular furnace wrapped in iron. I guess it's not that bad. And then we need the compressed iron plus a pressure tube, and the pressure tube is 2 compressed iron and glass. Pretty simple. I think we can just go ahead and make this stuff right now. So let's do the pressure tube. That gives us 8 of those, and we have plenty more stuff for more should we need it. You know what? I guess I'll just put the compressed iron away. I was gonna keep it on me for some reason. No reason to do that. Okay, so we got the pressure tube done. We can detect that. air compressor. Requires that diamond furnace, so let's craft that. Do we have a furnace in the system? No. Do we have compressed? We don't have compressed cobblestone, so we can grab that pretty easily. I really should start looking at making some compacting drawers. What I've been doing is just grabbing a bunch of that and then coming over here to one of these compressors or compactors and just throwing it in there. It compresses it for me. Whoops, wrong one. Double compress. Whoop, 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 stop doing stuff. So yeah, compress it all the way down to the double compressed for me. So that makes it a little convenient. Okay, so double compressed, we can uncompress that to the regular one, and then we should be able to make our furnace. There. Okay, so there's the diamond one. And there's our air compressor. Building up the pressure achievement get. Okay, cool. So we got those done. So let me just finish up the rest of these things. I don't think there's anything else crazy here, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so this is what we're gonna do for our temporary setup. So we got a diamond chest here, which is gonna be our input for all of the different crushed netherrack that's gonna go into this automatic sieve, which I have added 64 fortune upgrades, so hopefully we'll get a lot of everything out of each individual piece. I grabbed all the speed upgrades from all of our other sieves. Those are turned off at the moment, so we have 52 of those, so this will go decently fast. Not max speed, but pretty close. So yeah, that's gonna put all the crushed netherrack in here. It's gonna sift it. We're gonna pull out of our sieve right here and push into a compactor. So the compactor is gonna take everything that can be compacted otherwise on priority 5. So everything should go here first. If it can't go in there, it'll go over into the chest over here. Yeah, this is just on priority 0. And then out of the compactor, we are extracting always active. So the only thing that's left on this thing to get it completely hooked up, again, this is just a temporary thing, but to get it hooked up, we just have to provide that with some power, and I think we should be good. So we want to try a 2x2 first, and then we'll do the 3x3, and yeah, I think we should be okay. I think everything should be right. So this one does not need to be connected at all. We'll disable that connection, so it's getting power from 2 different sides. That doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, so let's grab some of our crushed netherrack. Let's just see if this thing works. I'm pretty sure it will. Crushed netherrack. All right, we'll grab that much. That should be okay. Cool. All right, so that's going into the sieve. Things are being extracted correctly. So all of that stuff, yeah, these things are going right in here. These are all being compressed. I like it. And then everything is being sent over here. I don't know if we're going to get things that can't be compressed, but I just wanted to put that in there just in case. There might be some other random thing that we haven't gotten yet, maybe a low percentage chance that can't be compressed, and I'll just go over here. So there we go. There's already 9 rubies, so that is really awesome. I like it. Okay, so now we just got to let this thing run for a while. I need to fill up this chest up here, make sure we have plenty of input. I might even, I might even make more speed upgrades just to make this thing go as fast as possible. But yeah, I think we're well on our way to have plenty of those rubies. So I did complete this quest here. This was our pressure chamber quest. So yeah, we made all of these different pieces now, so we can claim this reward. Let's claim that one. Okay, so we have 2 loot chests to open, or loot crates. Loot chests. Let's open them. So we got essence bricks. We've gotten that a few times. And we got... Wait, what happened? Where'd it go? Okay, weird. Inventory desync. We'll click this one. We get artifact diamond armor, which is a damage resistance helmet and provides illumination. Meh. We'll just turn it into raw mana essence and just store that, I guess. Okay, so nothing super good. So we just got to wait on that thing to go for a little while. I will make some more lasers, get those all hooked up down below, and we'll continue on. All right, guys. Well, I just took a look at our nether crops, our capacitor seed plants we have on the nether roof, and we're doing pretty well. We've gotten over 25 octadic capacitors. I left one of each of these since the drawers aren't locked. So we got 26 of these octadic capacitors, a little over a stack, almost a stack and a half of these double layer capacitors, and almost 3 stacks of the basic capacitors. So that's doing pretty well. And that's only with those 3 plants going. I really should expand that out and just make, I mean, we could double our production or, you know, do a lot more than that. And I think that's probably something we're going to end up doing. So right now I'm going to make a stack of the machine frames from the Ender IO. I think that's the one it is. That, and then we need to stack these basic caps. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, we're gonna make a stack of machine chassis from Ender IO. We need these to make the steel casings, and then we need those for like all these machine frames. So it's just good to have a whole lot of those on hand, right? I think so. So this is going pretty fast. I like this. I still want to add a few more of these Ender Flux crystals, and we'll probably look at doing that here sometime soon. I'm just kind of afraid the more things we put in the base, the worse our frame rate's gonna get. So we might end up moving these to a different location. I'm not sure. I guess it'll just depend on how the frames feel if we start adding more and things are starting to feel a little bad. But anyway, we have those made now. I was in the process of making a whole bunch more lasers too. Get all the resources here. I wanted to make a stack of them. We're missing the dark steel for this, so I'm cooking up some dark steel right now. And even with the octadic capacitor in here, this goes pretty slow per piece. We need 5 of those per laser. So we got a little over a stack now. Yeah, it's not bad. I've added in a few more lasers down here, but I think we're gonna end up taking a lot of that dark steel that I'm cooking up right now and looking at making dark steel seeds and automating the process of making dark steel that way. I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. So for now, I'm going to continue on doing what we're doing here, making some more of these machine frames and trying to get up to the point where we need to use the pressure chamber, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so as I'm progressing along, making some of these machine frames, we got 16 of them made. I'm going to just use 8 of them, though, to bring up to the tier that we need. So I was going through this process here. Machine frame hardened, requires the machine frame, ferrous gear, bronze ingot, vibrant alloy gear. I got the vibrant alloy being made over here. So yeah, we got a lot of the energetic alloy being made, and then it's gonna take a stack of the pearls and the energetic and turn it into the vibrant. So we got that being cooked up over here. I went to go make the ferrous gear, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, the ferrous gear. I went to go make that, so I put 32 nickel or ferrous in here and got it set up, but it does not cast out. Yep, does not work. So the ferrous gear made from nickel or whatever looks like can only be made on a metal press or immersive engineering, which is fine. This is a thing that we need to make anyway. This is so much better, and it'll be really good for automations later on. So we need to look at making ourselves the metal press from immersive engineering. Yep, this one got me. All right, so let me cast out, I think I need a few more ingots to make that a bunch of block, or to make that an even block amount over there, but that's fine. So we need the, what is it, the engineering handbook and engineer's manual. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Really small text, and I got an achievement for that. Yeah, for some reason with this particular book, when your GUI scale is on large, it makes it really small. So if we go to auto, I think it looks right. There we go. But now my UI is too big and I don't like it like this. But anyway, for just this purpose, we will leave it. So where was it? It's under one of these. Heavy machinery, maybe? Metal press? There it is. So it says the metal press is an automated way of shaping metal. It uses high pressure piston to press a mold onto an ingot, forming it into a plate, rod, or other metal component. The structure is created as shown above. To form the multi-block, click the piston with an engineer's hammer. So we need 3, I think those are light engineering blocks. What does it say? 3 steel scaffolding, a piston, 2 conveyor belts, and 1 heavy engineering block. Okay, so steel scaffolding and heavy engineer's block. Steel scaffolding. Okay, so that's steel fences. Man, this UI is just so big now. Steel fences, so that's steel rods, which come from steel ingots. All right, that's not bad. And then we needed steel scaffolding in the heavy engineering block. Did I spell that wrong? Probably. Okay, so here's the block. So one of those, you get 2 of them for 1 recipe. So we need 2 more pistons. So I need a total of 3 pistons, 1 for the multi-block and then 1 for this. Electrum is fine, steel is steel and that stuff, that's fine, and then more steel ingots. Okay, so it's a bit more crafting that we need to do. And then finally we also needed the the conveyor belts. Can never spell things right. There we go. Conveyor belts. So to make those, we need leather, iron, and redstone. Those are rather inexpensive, and we do have plenty of leather from all of the move fluid cows that have been spawning around here. Alternatively, if we didn't have that, we could go to the mining world and find cows there, or kill imps and get leather this way, right? Okay, so we have pretty much all the components ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this crafting done, and then we'll look at setting up the multi-block structure. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, well we got all the crafting made, so we have all these different parts, so we should be able to get this thing hooked up. So we needed 3 of the steel scaffolding, and I think we're gonna set it over here by our smeltery, since this is where we go to cast out gears anyway. It just kind of makes sense to keep it over here, at least to me, it does. So we will place those blocks right there. We needed, well let's see here, pressure chamber wall. We don't need these, but we need a way to place a piston so it's facing downwards, right? Or at least something to place a piston against. I do believe you can use a hammer or a wrench to rotate. Okay, you can use the hammer. Perfect. Okay, there's that, and then we needed the heavy engineering block. Like so. Whoa. Okay, so there we go, and then we need these conveyors. Road to nowhere. I think that's what we had to do, right? Let's click it. There it is. Okay, so now we got this thing. So we have to provide this a little bit of power. I will bring the power up from this conduit down below. That doesn't have energy connected to it right here, but it does a little bit over this way. I still need to go downstairs to get that completely hooked up. But yeah, the power goes into this little spot on top like so. Okay, let's go downstairs and get the rest of this energy conduit connected. All right, so there and there. Now that should have power. Okay, so that should be ready to go. Where are we at? Okay, so this thing also needs to get a press on there. That's something I didn't look. So we need gear. I think it's called gear press. Gear something. Metal press mold gear. So to make that, we need some kind of a gear, iron gear, and then some steel plates. Okay. I don't think I have a gear made right now, but we can easily just make an iron gear. Just 4 pieces of iron into the smeltery with the gear mold like so. And there we go. So yeah, that goes really fast with the BuildCraft fuel or the gasoline, whatever. So that's really awesome. Okay, so there's our gear. Now we needed 4 steel plates. So I'll grab the hammer that's in the system that's already got durability removed. And steel. Okay, so we needed 4 of those. Nice. Okay, so I'll send that back, and then it was 4 of those plus this gear like so, and there it is. So that's pretty easy to do. I don't think I've ever used the metal press for anything else other than these gears, so I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to check out any of the other things in this playthrough. What is this thing called again? Can I get that out of there? It's called a metal press. Let's see, what else? What other metal press do we have? Oh, okay, we can do rods and we can do plates. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used either of those other 2. I've only used the gear. Okay, well that's cool. So we need to put items on the conveyor belt. It will get smashed by this and turn into the gear, and then it'll eject somewhere. So probably the easiest thing to do at this point in time would be just to grab a chest. Just some kind of an output chest. Just so the items don't go everywhere. These conveyor belts do take items that are on them and can put them inside of an inventory. I think you could also use conduit here. Maybe not, but I know the chest should work. Okay, so you would think that you could just drop the 4 ingots on the belt like this, but I don't think that works. I've tried this before, and they just kind of sit there and look at you funny, right? So that's not really going to work. So you can use a hopper. So we'll do that. The hopper will push the items into the conveyor belt's inventory, and then it'll go along like it should. Like so. All right, so there is one thing. It gets smashed into the gear, and that should go right into the chest. Perfect. Okay, so I'll just put the rest of those in there. Yeah, having this metal press, this is going to be pretty nice later on for when we fully automate this, because we can replace this hopper here for an ME interface. Yeah, and just put the patterns in there saying 4 ingots equal 4 or equal 1 gear of whatever type, and then yeah, it's pretty much automated just like this, and just have another interface down here for the resulting item to go into the system. Yeah, that'll be really, really simple to get this thing automated later on. Okay, so now that we got that taken care of, I can continue on making the rest of these machine frames. So let me get to that, and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, well, we got our machine frames over here being worked on. They're going at a decent speed. I mean, it's not super fast. We only need one of these, right? But yeah, there's still more to it than that, because we have to have the pressure chamber made, but we also need black plastic, which we don't have. So black plastic used to be made from squid plant seeds. I believe those are ones you just throw onto water and they plant themselves. That's no longer a thing anymore. So the way you make black plastic now is you need a plastic mixer full of liquid plastic. Then you put in the rose red, cactus green, and lapis here to dye it whichever color you want. Use a little bit of each of these to make each piece of plastic, right? Okay, so we need to get ourselves liquid plastic, and looking at the quests here, where was that? Epsilon? Yes. So the next one is refine, then we need plastic maker, and finally plastic mixer. So the maker will make plastic, the mixer takes that liquid plastic, like the NEI recipe just showed, takes the different colors, and then you can make your plastic out of that. So we need to make refinery. So this wants us to make 4 of these, and it says it refines oil into liquid plastic. Most efficient to use 4 of these. Now, I've never done it this particular method before. I used the other one, and I think we're going to continue to use those. But anyway, let's look at making the refinery. So the refinery is made with just some compressed iron, fused quartz, dark steel, and compressed iron. Okay, we have dark steel here. I'm going to use that for making dark steel seeds later. I think we had a little bit of dark steel remaining. The only thing I'm concerned about now is, do we have fused quartz? And we do. Perfect. Okay, so let's make 4 of these things. Quest complete. Refine. So I've never really looked at this before. I think you just stack these on top of each other, right? Is that what you do? Oh man, that's a crazy interface. So yeah, these do take heat. So you need to get like netherrack and light it underneath it. And there's other ways you could generate heat in PneuMaticCraft. I don't think we're really going to be messing with this too much because I know of a faster way to do it. So we made 6 out of 4. I think we only made 4 out of 4. But anyway, we got this quest complete. Let's claim that. I think did we have to claim another one? No, we've already claimed the previous ones. Okay, so now we need to do the plastic maker. So this is the thermo-pneumatic processing plant. Okay, so thermo-pneumatic. There we go. So that needs a pressure tube, some compressed iron, glass blocks, and redstone. Pretty simple. Nothing too crazy there. We can go ahead and make that no problem. Okay, so there is this thing. So let's take a look at this one. Quest complete. So this guy right here has an internal tank, and then it has what it's going to create. Now it shows that it needs pressure, but I found that this does not require pressure at all. It just requires a heat source. So we're going to use netherrack. I think I have a flint and steel on me. Where are we going to set this guy? Maybe over here, where it's already kind of noisy. I think that'll be fine. Let's set this guy right here for right now. Grab those blocks. We need to get some netherrack under here and lights it on fire. All right. Didn't want to instant break and like ruin everything, but I guess you mine a lot slower when you're flying. Okay, so here's the flint and steel. Light that. So this will raise in temperature. Yep. Again, I'm not sure why this says that you can put pressure in there. I think I tried that before and I didn't really notice any difference. But anyway, this is, yeah, that's going up to temperature just fine. So what we need to do to really make this thing work is we need to provide it with coal. So let's grab some coal. 55 is gonna be fine. And we need LPG. So we have, I think I might have LPG in a drum. Yeah, we do. Okay, so we can do that and then conduit. Conduit. Ender fluid conduit is fine. All right, so this will be, yeah, this will get us going just fine. Okay, so we'll put the coal in there. We'll put the LPG behind. Oop, not there. That's where the drum goes, not the conduit. We'll put the LPG right here. We'll extract on this one, always active, and we will insert. So that'll push the LPG in there, and that starts making the liquid plastic. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so now that we got liquid plastic, we need to put that into a plastic mixer. Let's do our next quest. In fact, what I should do is get myself a drum. Well, I'll do this later. I need to get myself a drum, so this plastic maker is always making plastic, right? I want to store this in large quantities. We're going to need a lot of this stuff in the future. Yeah, I should set that up to catch a lot of it, but we'll just let it go for now. So let's make a plastic mixer. Okay, and that is just more glass and more compressed iron. Very inexpensive. All right, we'll do that. So we need another conduit. And then we're going to need the rose red. Do we have any poppies here? Okay, we'll take some poppies. We need lapis. And we also need, what was the cactus green? Oh, you know what? We don't have any cactus, I don't think. We can use the Technicolor essence, and I think it's 3 along the bottom. Yes, 3 along the bottom. You can also make the rose red this way. I might as well do that. It'd be easier. Okay, so we'll make those different things. Perfect. So plastic mixer. We need conduit here. We need this guy here. I don't think this requires heat and might. I don't remember. We'll put those guys like that. You can see it uses a little bit and fills up this internal bar. I think it does require. It might. I don't remember 100%. Okay, so anyway, let's extract out of here, and we will insert into this one. Always active. Okay, so that's full. Now, if this thing just works without heat, all we'd have to do is just click this button, and that's all we have to do. Perfect. Okay, so now we got our black plastic. So the next thing that we need to do is to make the pressure chamber using our air compressor and that kind of stuff. But I think we're running out of time for today, guys. So I think we're gonna have to wait until next episode to get that hooked up. PNEUMATICRAFT is a really cool mod. There's a lot to it, and I'm super excited to get that stuff hooked up. But anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.